Hey guys, Buddha here, bringing you the third game of this best of 5 series. It does feature our red Protoss player Slider here, as well as our yellow Terran player Tarson, so they did keep their colors this game. That is great for me, no mix-up. And this is Game 3 on Shattered Temple. The series is now tied up 1-1. It is a best of 5. So these players actually have to win 3 games before moving on. It is from the, I think it is from the Go4SC2 Cup. If I am mistaken, please correct me in the comments. But I think that's what the replay pack said. And 2 great games in the 2 first games. First one was actually won by Tarson with great EMPs. He EMP'd about 8 sentries with a single shot and just plowed through that army right after that. In the second game, Blink Stalkers actually sniped a lot of medevacs, and with all those stims from Tarson, he wasn't able to heal that army, and when they actually collided, he was all in the red and the orange, and Slider actually won quite hands down that engagement. Now, we have seen very similar builds from these 2 players in 2 first games. They have opened for, well, Tarson actually opens with a single barracks, laying down 3 bunkers in front and expanding behind this, while Slider actually built through a few gateways, getting double gas and getting a lot of sentries to defend that expo. So that is what happened in the first 2 games, if you have not joined us. By the way, if you are watching live, I am uploading these to YouTube later on. If you are a YouTube viewer, I am casting these live on my Justin TV stream, JustinTV/BuddhaZerg. Follow me if you want to get notified when I go live. I also have this new overlay that wasn't working before because Fraps only records OpenGL applications and my overlay is not. So I am now using something else to record. If you don't like it, I know it's not the best looking overlay, but it does the job. If you are an artist and want to make me an overlay, please do so. I would love to have a great overlay and actually a profile picture if you're going at it anyways. And well, that is it for announcements. I also have about 3.5k views this week. It's only been 3 weeks since my channel is up, so that is awesome. An unknown 3.5k views in 3 weeks is quite cool. Now, getting that tech lab and a single marine before going for that Reaper worked for Tarson very well in the last game, actually denying that probe once again. Getting that Reaper just to harass might get Slider off guard once again, as it did last game. He actually got a single probe kill as well as a sentry kill in the last game, so that was great for Tarson, picking off that initial sentry, a lot less force fields to deal with, and Slider actually proved to have enough force fields eventually, since he was able to deny reinforcements from Tarson in that second game. That second game was a lot better than the first game, so if you are going to watch only one of those, watch the second one. I recommend it more than the first one. Now, this initial Reaper trying to avoid the Stalker in great position though might intercept it if he stays there, but if that Reaper does manage to make its way into the main base, that Stalker will have to go around. Now, hesitating a bit with that Reaper, almost dying here. Now that this sentry might be able to kill it if he's not careful. Only 4 health left, and that Stalker finishes it off. So absolutely no damage from that Reaper, except a bit of scouting down here, but he didn't actually get to see the front door. So that was not worth it by Tarson this game. Slider doing a great job now, getting his double gas. Once again, we will be seeing a lot of sentries, so 1 expansion and 3 gateways. Tarson already putting down his first bunker. He will most likely build 2 more, as he did in the last 2 games, unless he decides that he is safe this time. He did not make use of those bunkers in the last 2 games, so he might just decide to just skip them this game, as it looks like he is. Now 3 barracks now churning out Marines and Marauders. it will be enough to hold off any push from Slider, since he is going for almost exclusively sentries. You can't actually push with that without any supporting stalkers or zealots. Those sentries alone are not enough to push. They are very, very weak to any units. And now a little lull in the game. Both players have gone for expansion, so we will be seeing a very macro game, and that's what we love, very, very long macro games. And Slider actually already taking out his rocks for that third base, so he really wants to go in the later stages of this game. I'm a bit surprised since there is no forge yet. You usually see players getting those early upgrades before the robotics facility if they want to go into a very late game, just so they get that upgrade advantage. But instead, deciding a robotics facility is what he needs. He will be chrono boosting that observer out as soon as it's done. And Imba TV again leaving the game. He was making it lag in the first game. We haven't seen any issues in the second game, but I guess they came back. Imba TV has their stream featured on Team Liquid. They have a good show, so check them out if you have the time. Now this nice little pylon wall off will prevent any kind of run by, but not the case in this game. A lot of sentries here will be able to deny this army from moving forward. And they do have stim. I'm not sure those force fields are that great. Now they are that great, and picking off actually 3 or 4 marines, quite nice for free here by Slider. And these sentries will just regain their energy, so that was definitely worth it. Now that observer halfway done, 3/4 done actually, and a Twilight console for Slider. He will decide to go for Blink, I guess, once again, since it did work out so well. Now getting his forge for those upgrades. Meanwhile, Engineering Bay and Starport for Tarson. He needs those medevacs, as he will be getting, since that reactor will be swamped with the Starport as soon as that Starport is done. Second bunker for Tarson. I guess he feels that this army might be able to attack if Slider goes for an 8-gate all-in, but little does he know he is not going for that. He is also breaking his destructible rocks at the back here, and so did Tarson. So both of these players will be going for a third base soon enough. Still no command center on their way, nor Nexus. Those rocks finally down. And will he be saving up for a Nexus? We will just have to wait and see. He does have 400 minerals right now, so he might be sending a probe here momentarily. He does decide to warp in a single stalker, so not using all his warp gates. A sure sign of getting an expansion. Don't make me eat my words, Slider. There he goes. There's the probe, finally going for that expansion.